Hello Pisces, welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Pisces is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Please hit the like button, leave a comment. Consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. It is totally free. It doesn't cost you anything. If there is anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger. And I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Pisces, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And look at that. Magician card right out of the gate. This is a very good card. This is a card of adaptability. This is a card of exceptional skill. This is a card of leadership, of creativity, of organization, of concentration. I feel like this is kind of you getting put center stage somewhere. You know, this is suddenly you're the magician on stage and you're responsible. Everybody's looking at you. And I don't think you expected this to happen. This doesn't really feel like this is normal kind of Pisces energy, right? We're going to put this into some context. I feel like you are getting recognized for the skill and talent that you have. And you really being kind of, well, in a way, it looks like you're kind of being put on a pedestal here. Right, and I'm not trying to inflate your ego, but I feel like you're kind of being lifted up as somebody that is exceptional. Okay, I really do, and I don't think that this is anything that you kind of expected, but it's kind of a new path for you in life. It's something that you're going to have to adapt to it. You're going to have to nurture this, but it has a lot of fruit for you. It's something that is bearing a lot of fruit in your life, all right? We've got that Eight of Pentacles. We got that goat, right? That devil energy. We got the Ace of Wands. We got the Luster Strength card. We got the Hanged Man, interesting. Sun card. Ace of Cups. Eight of Wands. And the Empress. Look how beautiful. That's really nice. It is kind of something that you're kind of... It's almost, to me, really, with the Eight of Pentacles and the Hanged Man, it's almost like you're kind of giving up the fruits of your labor. Okay? And I think that it's symbolic. I don't think that you're actually like refusing to get paid or, denying the benefits of what you're doing. But I feel like this is here to indicate that you're not doing it, whatever this is in your life. This isn't just for this money. It's not just for the fruit. You're not so attached to the results of something. This is a creative, ambitious endeavor for you. This is something spiritual. The fruits that it bears are kind of extra, This is something that means something to you in a very personal way. All right, and I think you are being lifted up. You're being kind of heralded as the one that we all needed, right? The one that is the one that's transforming reality. Okay, and I don't know if this is maybe in a work context, if this is in a more spiritual context, or if it's something in your personal, private life, something at home, family, friends, something like this. But it is. I like the goat energy, the devil energy underneath everything. This is, I think, really, this is your knowledge. Deep down in your heart of hearts, you know that you're the best at this. Okay? Now, this is you kind of being you're the star player. You're the MVP, right, of whatever's going on here. And I think you know that, but I think you're also very humble. It's not something that you really kind of say about yourself, right? But you do, I think, in a very humble way, not in some kind of ego or prideful way. You know that you are really the best one suited for this particular thing, whatever it is. There is a risk here of some ego inflation, especially with all of these major arcana cards. Luckily, we have these cards to kind of keep us humble, right? But the Luster Strength card, The Devil card, the Sun card, all of these cards can kind of be a little bit egoic, right? So we temper that with some of this water. Hanged Man, Empress. I think it's a very good balance, okay? There is something with bears in your life. Spirit's showing me bears. I don't know if it's a sports thing or if it's a symbol or if it's a kind of a power animal for you or some sort of a spirit animal or a symbol of some kind. But bears are very, very important to you or very significant in some way. I don't know, maybe if you had an encounter with a bear. Sounds pretty frightening to me. But there are bears, that symbolism in your life somewhere. Okay. Now this is really a good set of cards. Let's select the mystery card before we get too deep into all of this. This is one random card from the Smith Waite Tarot. And we are just going to set it down over here. We're going to put Tiny Bob Ross right on top. Happy little Bob. We're not going to look at that card until the very end, but it will tie everything together, and it will give us the confirmation that we need at the end of the reading, okay? If at any point during the reading you feel like you know what that card is, put your prediction down in the comments. Let's do it together. Let's make it a group exercise of our intuition, okay? Let's take a look around again. We do have major, 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 lots of majors. To me, they kind of balance each other out a little bit. The very ambitious, kind of fiery energies. And then we've got the more adaptable and yielding and nurturing energies as well, okay? And we've got fire and fire. We've got water. We don't have any air energy, and then we've got our earth energy here. So it's kind of like you're being lifted up as the MVP here, and while you are very humble and very gracious and very thankful, you aren't complaining, right? You're not trying to be too prideful about it. You're trying to be very gracious and very loving, but you also feel like you deserve it, and indeed I think you do. We have the Ace of Wands here in the background. I feel like you really are saving the day with something, you know? There's some kind of idea or innovation or some kind of light bulb moment that you had that you never expected it to really take off like this or for it to have these kinds of effects. But here you are, right? So this was that idea that you had. It's just kind of a random thing. And here it is now, the greatest thing that anyone's ever seen. It saves the day. And everybody is kind of, in a way, worshiping you for it, right? Because maybe this was something at work, something with the business or something, I don't know. It would have been a disaster, but you came in at the last moment in the clutch and saved it. This was the winning idea. Yeah. And now you're kind of the center of attention here. You're the star. You're the one that's being kind of lifted up. It's kind of hip, hip, hooray, you know. And I'm very curious about what exactly happened or what's going on, but you know, those are private details for you. I do feel as if this situation, here's the Luster Strength card. I feel like this situation is, it's opening up a lot of creative doors for you. Because of this, now it's just like, now there are more and more opportunities coming in for you to do it again, right? For you to have more ideas like this. And now there's this confidence in you that's just like, wow, yeah, I've got a lot of ideas. I got a lot of creative solutions, you know. And it's kind of like, you know, because we have to talk about the Eight of Wands too, if we're bringing up this subject. This is kind of like you have that one great idea at work, right? Saves the day, management, everybody, the boss, coworker, everybody loves you for it. And now they're saying, how would you like a promotion? Sure, okay. We're going to accept the fruits of our labor here. I'm going to go ahead and take all these accolades. I'm going to take that promotion. But now we've got that Eight of Wands. Now it's like, oh man, now I've got to deliver. Now I've got to be able to have these great ideas kind of on cue, you know? And that's the difficult thing here. We shine our light one time, and now everybody's saying, okay, if I pay you, can you do it again and again and again and again and again? And I think we start to kind of wonder, like, wow, am I really the GOAT? Or is this a one-shot thing? Is this just like 15 minutes of fame? Am I just like a, one-hit wonder kind of thing? Yeah, because now we've got to be able to reproduce it. Well, you have the Sun card here. You have this Lust card here. I think that you really are able to produce this kind of outcome again and again and again, but you've got to hone that skill. This is a real refinement. There's a natural talent in you. There's this raw power, raw creativity, raw ambition. But for it to really end up as the good life, as the extraordinary life of luxury, you've got to refine and hone that skill. You've got to sacrifice some of the ego, some of the pride, and you've got to really learn. You got to buckle down, get some books, practice, train. You know what I mean? Maybe you hit the game-winning home run. Well, now you've got to really practice. You've got to exercise. You've got to eat right. You've really got to refine this skill so that you can do it again and again and again and again and really earn that paycheck, you know? So we can't be too proud to think, I don't need to read a book. I don't need to practice. I don't need to train. I'm already the best, right? Now that's going to get you in trouble. Okay. And that's part of the magician energy here. This Mercury energy is the lord of science and languages and learning new things and skills and organization, concentration, communication. We have to be all of those things. We don't just pick up the bat and swing the home run every time. We've got to practice. We've got to refine that skill. Okay. And the Hanged Man, of course, is that the sacrificing of that ego. The kind of giving up the fruits of this labor and saying, I'm very lucky to be in this position. I'm very thankful. I'm going to be responsible with it, and I am going to try my best to be the very best that I can be. Even though you kind of feel like you are already the greatest of all time, this is something that's kind of within you, and this is something that's kind of beneath the surface, right? And so consciously, we don't really believe in our greatness, but in a situation like this, you hit the game-winning home run, this GOAT comes from the unconscious, comes out to the surface, and now we're acting like we're the greatest. Because this energy's been repressed, you know what I mean? It's been unconscious. Now it has a chance to get out, and here it is kind of running wild. We need to be able to temper this. Okay, and I think this is through the energies that we see right here. Now we're going to talk about the path of the serpent. As we do this, I would like to ask for your subscription. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It is totally free. It does not cost you anything. And it helps out the channel. I appreciate that. Okay. We got the Sun card here, right in the position of your kind of general energy. I think it's really your time to shine. I think that's a very, very on-the-nose card. It is your time to shine your light and let everybody see you. Right? Give everything you have to this. Be who you are and who you can be. Right? Fulfill your potential. Let all of your energy, let all of your light shine. Okay? And I feel like this is really, I feel like this is who you are, you know? I feel like there have been probably a lot of challenges in your life that have kind of push this GOAT energy down beneath the surface, you know what I mean? To where we don't always believe in ourselves. We don't always believe in our own confidence. The Hanged Man is a very tricky card. Sometimes this is self-denial. Sometimes this is us sacrificing ourselves. Sometimes this is such a lack of belief in ourselves that we reject anything good that comes our way. Sometimes this card is the feeling that we deserve to suffer and we deserve punishment. Okay? So I feel like this card really needs to be turned the right side up. You know, it needs to be a triumph. This is a triumph of your true self over your lower self, over your history, over your past. Right? A triumph over our issues. And we can let this pure spiritual energy, we can let all of this force and fire, ambition, creativity, we can let it all shine. And remember that we're doing it for love too. We have two aces here. This is really nice. We've got two eights and we've got two aces. Okay, so I feel like this is the beginning of really a new way of existing with the world. And it's very humble. All this fire, all this ambition, this pride is being tempered by all this water. You're achieving such a wonderful state of balance that this is going to be a very harmonious thing. It's going to be something that's going to lead you to your very best life of luxury, fortune and fame here with the Empress card. The really, really good, sweet life up here, right? And you're doing it through love. And through connections, through being gracious, through being humble. This, I think, in this case, is really a lot of gratitude. This is really cherishing your relationships with other people, being very thankful for what other people are doing for you, with you, in your life, the opportunities that you have. You're taking, if this is fame and celebrity, you're doing it with integrity, right? You're doing it with a lot of humbleness. And I think this is really good. Really good. Of course, we talked about that Eight of Wands. This is now the realization that, oh, shoot, I've got to be able to hit these home runs every time now. You know, it kind of reminds me of Barry Bonds in a way. I don't know if anyone remembers Barry Bonds. I'm sure you all do. On the San Francisco Giants way back whenever that was. Showing my age a little bit here. But every time he would come up to bat, people would expect him to hit a home run. It was just expected of him. And I'm sure he had to practice and train and make sure that he was at the top of his game and he was in the best shape that he could be so that he could do that, live up to the expectations put on him. Okay? And that brings up a kind of side issue here that, you know, maybe if we're expected to always do this particular thing, and then every time we get up to bat, we hit a home run, eventually it doesn't feel as exciting anymore. And I hit another home run, big deal. There's no variation, there's no variety here. So it's not just, for you in your case, it's not just about doing the same thing again and again and again and again. There has to be diversity. It's new, it's innovative. You know, if this is you having that great idea in business or whatever, or in the workplace or whatever it is, it's not the same idea again, right? You know, it's not the exact same light bulb idea. It's different every time. So this is your way of thinking creatively. You get these creative juices flowing, and it has the same kind of excitement. It has the same kind of zest that it did that first time. You know, so it's not the home run every time, but it's the equivalent, right? But it's something new and innovative every time. I hope that analogy works for you there. I really like the Empress at the end here. This is that best life, that perfect life, the luxury, the celebrity even. And I don't think that you're one that really cares about fame. You don't want celebrity. You have that kind of humility about you. But again, it's kind of, you never expected this to happen. So you have to kind of adapt to it, and you have to figure out how to do it, how to be okay with it, right? But there is that part of you that wants to reject the whole thing. Now, I think that's the triumph here, is overcoming that urge to kind of remain anonymous, remain in the background, right? You're embracing the opportunity that's being presented to you, and you're trying to find a way to adapt to it, to live with it, and to still kind of maintain your own like privacy and your own anonymity, really, right? So it's a very, there's a lot of balance that's needed here. Let's look at that mystery card. Maybe that'll be the balance. Maybe we'll have the Art or Temperance card, the Justice card. This could be even the Moon card, right? It could be your Power card. If you have a prediction for this card, put it down in the comments. Let's just take a look at it. The Hermit. Yeah. You would rather be not out there in the limelight, in the spotlight. So this is kind of the idea too. Here we have both of those, what we just talked about, being center stage and then being backstage. being the celebrity, being famous, being well-known, being out there, and then also kind of wanting to be anonymous, wanting to be in the background, just having this kind of humbleness and not wanting that celebrity status, right? And this is the conflict that's in you. More than anything else, I think this is what the turmoil might be caused by, if there is any. It's because of this. Now, maybe you already have an idea of how you're going to try to do all of this, how you're going to be kind of accepting this new role, but at the same time being able to not forcing yourself to live up to others' expectations of you. You know, and that's the hard thing, because again, you hit a home run. Now they say, can you do that every night? And you want to say, yes, of course I can, but when I don't care. Well, you know, when I don't want to hear about it. So, you know, there's an interesting juxtaposition here for you. Okay. We are going to do an extended reading. If you want to stick around for that, there's a link in the corner. There's a link at the end of the video. There's a link down in the video description. New readings for Pisces every Thursday and Sunday. I am here every day, 6 a.m. Chicago time. Come back, see me tomorrow. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It is totally free. Does not cost you anything. And leave a comment for me. Let me know where in the world you're watching from. Let me know what your home run is. Yeah. I want you to know that you are the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we're all in this together.